Market update here on the 12th. So, crazy day on Wall Street. Just back and forth. In my opinion, pretty terrible day to trade. Even if you're looking at supply and demand, I didn't like it at all. It was just back and forth. And there were so many big moves and the price action was just kind of choppy as well at the same time. Unpredictable. 2023 is a tough year to trade if you're trying to do short-term options. But yeah, it was a down day. We ended up down 0.41%, 0.88%. So on SPY, I have all the levels written down here, drawn out. Daily supply 412.52 all the way up here to 420. Below we have daily demand at 399 to 393. And then there's a 4-hour demand zone here at basically 403. Is that right? Let me go to 4-hour. Now right here, I've already had it marked before. 403.79 to 401.28. So looking at this, we have supply above, we came down. The pattern that I see on this is most likely A, B. I'm looking for something down here, maybe only down here to 405, but more than likely down here to 402 to 403. I've looked at this as potentially a first wave as well, but I think that it's more likely. So this is a 5-wave move right here. Then we get a pullback ABC, and then we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here actually. This would probably be ABC. So you can see it's not really a very good 5-wave move, and we've retraced. We retraced for a normal second wave. But overall, I just like the fact that we have daily supply up here, and we're already down here at 407, and this is more likely an ABC move. So I think that the downside is more likely down here to 403 to 401 short term. Doesn't mean that the rally is necessarily finished, but I think it's more likely to come down here first and then go higher if that happens. So really, daily supply and daily demand are probably more important than looking at Elliott wave and all that stuff, because in this market, a lot of the moves are ABC anyway. So I go on lower time frames, and a lot of these moves, you can look at them for hours and trying to figure out what they are, like this right here. And so supply and demand is so important right now, so you know where you're at in the chart. And so more than likely, we're probably going to come down here to 403 to 401 because we have resistance right above here, and we've hit it many times. You can see we hit it over here, hit it here, hit it here. Every single time we come down. Down here, down here, down here. We haven't even hit it yet, I guess. So if it does come up here, it's probably going to go down. QQQ. I have this drawn out. It could potentially be a 5-wave move like I have drawn out here, but probably the same as SPY. It's probably going to be A, B, and C down here. If we zoom in here and try to look at it using Elliott wave, even though it's just a choppy mess, I would look at this as A, B, and this is probably more than likely a nested C wave or a nested third wave. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This would end up being 1, 2, something like that. Pullback and a 5th wave down here. Target 307.40. So again, we finished below supply zone. That is bearish. So even if it does come here tomorrow, you just short it. You short it because we're in a supply zone, that has a lot of hits. Has a few, I guess, not as many. Basically hit it there, and we hit it already here, came down. If we go up here again, another short opportunity. So that's my number one thesis on QQQ with SPY, probably more downside. And I haven't looked at futures, but it looks like it's down a little bit. Amazon, there is a demand zone down here at 94.83 to 93. I won't be surprised if it comes down there and this ends up being like A, B, and we get a C wave up here. Still looking for this 107 to 109, but I think this could have more downside short term to this demand zone. We finished below this supply zone, so bearish, pretty much bearish. Tesla, I think that Tesla could potentially come down here and double bottom. The reason is this right here is A, this is B right here, and I think we could do something like this. The top here is at 191, top here at 207, that's 16 points. 16 lower than 179 is 163. That's where the bottom's at. So I think this could be an ABC move down here to 163. After that, honestly, it probably is going to do, it could do something like this. And we have that gap fill still down here and daily demand down here. Or it could also be, that's probably most likely if it ends up doing that. If we end up getting a bounce on this tomorrow, so go up here again, then that would change everything. But right now, I see there's a very good chance it comes out here and double bottoms. We'll have to watch it though. It is still in this daily demand zone that we hit the other day and bounced out of. So it could bounce as well. Daily supply up here at 198. So Apple, we have a demand zone 157 to 155. Bigger demand zone here at 150 to 148. I think it's more likely that this is going to do something like that, because all you have to do is draw this, put it right here, and you can see it basically hits 177. So I think this is probably an A wave. We didn't complete 5 waves, but it's coming down, so I wouldn't be surprised if it pulls back another 2 or 3% maybe, and then goes higher to 177. Meta, again, I think it's got to pull back here. Kind of a far pullback for 186. That would be about, that'd be over 10%, so I'm not sure if it's going to pull back that far, but it does seem like it is 5 waves. So maybe it just pulls back to like the 0.38 fib. There's probably some demand zones in here, but I haven't looked at them. But all I know is it's in a supply zone right now that goes up to 222. So more than likely, we're going to go lower on Meta as well. Let's look at DXY. So the dollar has just been non-existent. It's not really making any difference lately. It did come down farther though. Let's take a look and see if it's still in a 5-wave move. Still needs to break the low. I mean, this could be a lot of things right here. We'll have to keep on watching it. We can look at some demand zones though, just see where we're at, because I haven't really been doing those on this lately. So weekly one down here at 100. So 101.31 to 99.58. And you can see we already hit it and bounced once. So I wouldn't be surprised if we hit that and bounce again. And we have, we'll have to look at some daily supply zones when this bounces, but I wouldn't be surprised if we came down here to 101.32 and then had a pretty good bounce. It's a pretty good demand zone. It's not the best, but it's pretty good. So anyway, the VIX, the last thing I'm going to look at, I'll look at Bitcoin too. The VIX was bouncing a little bit today, ended up at 1908. Keep in mind that we do have a weekly trend line from all the way back here in November of 2017. That's down here at 1664. So if we do bounce, we could be looking for one more move down here to the 16s. But again, I'm not going to do technical analysis on the VIX right now. It's just kind of wandering down. So we'll see what happens, and the 0 date to expiration options have really taken it out of play. But if it hits down here on the trend line, that might be a good signal to go short. Let's go over Bitcoin, and that'll be it. So Bitcoin is just in a holding pattern right now, just waiting. Basically, I think it wasn't as bearish as the overall market today. And I think that it's more than likely this is more than likely a third wave right here still. So this should go up higher and then maybe pull back and then get another move higher. So you can see right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that. So I'll leave it at that. I guess my sentiment has changed a little bit just based on today's price action. We'll see if we get follow through, but all these are sitting right below supply. So you got to be bearish at this point. And if you're bullish, then you're just kind of hoping that somehow it gets bailed out and goes higher from here. But make sure you're labeling supply and demand, because I think that's more important right now than Elliott wave. Once we get a move going one way, then you can start using Elliott wave more productively, I guess. So that's it. Leave me a comment. Make sure you like and subscribe for more updates, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.